Astronaut. An astronaut is a person that goes into outer space.
The astronaut was walking on the moon.
Awake. When you are awake, you are not asleep.
Sometimes I lay awake in bed because I am not tired.
Courage. When you have courage, you are not afraid.
The man had the courage to touch the lion.
Float. To float is to move on top of water without sinking.
The boy's toy boat floated in the pool.
Grant. To grant something is to allow someone to have it.
The teacher granted us a break after studying hard all day.
Gravity. Gravity is the force that makes things fall to earth.
There is no gravity in space.
Jewel. A jewel is a beautiful stone that is worth a lot of money.
A diamond is one of the most expensive jewels in the world.
Miner. A miner is a person who works in a mine.
The miner was looking for gold.
Mineral. A mineral is a type of substance found in the earth.
Rocks are made up of different kinds of minerals.
Participate. To participate is to take part in something.
The students participated in the school play.
Permission. Permission means the act of allowing the doing of something.
I have permission to drive my mom's car.
Pour. To pour a liquid means to make it come out of a container.
I poured some milk into my sister's cup.
Presence. Someone or something's presence is the fact they are there.
The presence of dark clouds meant it would rain.
Raw. If a material is raw, it is natural and has not been processed.
The company dumped raw sewage into the river.
Satellite. A satellite is something that is sent into space to get information.
The satellite was traveling around the Earth.
Scale. The scale of something is its size, especially when it is very large.
I was surprised by the scale of the buildings in the downtown area.
Skip. To skip something is to not do it.
He skipped work to get more sleep.
Stretch. To stretch is to make your arms or legs reach out.
She stretched her body before exercising.
Telescope. A telescope is a tool people use to look at the stars.
With a telescope, you can see the moon and stars easily.
Underground. When something is underground, it is below the surface of the earth.
Subway trains travel underground.
Alarm. An alarm is something that warns people of danger.
When the students heard the fire alarm, they left the building.
Apart. When people or things are apart, they are not close together.
The couple decided to live apart from each other.
Arrest. To arrest someone means to catch them for doing something bad.
The man was arrested for breaking the law.
Award. An award is a prize someone gets for doing something well.
He got an award for having the best grades in class.
Breed. A breed is a group of animals within a species.
I like small dog breeds, such as terriers.
Bucket. A bucket is a round container to put things in.
I filled the bucket with water.
Contest. A contest is a game or a race.
The girls had a contest to see who could jump higher.
Convict. To convict someone means to prove that they did a bad thing.
He was convicted of the crime and sent to jail.
Garage. A garage is the part of a house where people put their cars.
My car does not get dirty because I keep it in the garage.
Journalist. A journalist is a person who writes news stories.
The journalist took notes for a story he was writing.
Pup. A pup is a young dog.
All the girl wanted for her birthday was a pup.
Qualify. To qualify is to get, or to be declared, adequate or good enough.
He qualified to go to the final match by beating the opponent.
Repair. To repair something is to fix it.
I repaired the flat tire on my car.
Resume. To resume something means to start it again after taking a break.
I put the newspaper down to eat breakfast. Then I resumed reading.
Rob. To rob a person or place is to take their property by using force.
A thief has robbed me of my passport.
Slip. To slip means to slide and fall down.
The man slipped on the wet floor.
Somewhat. Somewhat means to some degree, but not to a large degree.
James was somewhat upset when he had to move some boxes.
Stable. When something is stable, it will not fall over.
The chair is stable. Its legs are strong.
Tissue. A tissue is a soft piece of paper people use to wipe their noses.
There was a box of tissue on the table.
Yard. A yard is the ground just outside of a person's house.
The girls jumped rope in the yard.
Alike. If two things or people are alike, they are similar in some way.
People often think my sister and I look alike.
Annoy. To annoy someone means to bother them.
The flies buzzing around John's head annoyed him very much.
Architecture. Architecture is the style or way a building is made.
The architecture of the church is amazing.
Artificial. If something is artificial, it is made to look like something natural.
That soccer field has artificial grass, but it looks real.
Chain. A chain is a series of connected loops often used to keep things in place.
The scary dog was secured with a chain.
Distinct. If something is distinct, it is easily noticed or different from other things.
That girl has distinct pink hair.
Distinguish. To distinguish is to recognize differences between things.
The twins look exactly the same. It is hard to distinguish between them.
Dust. Dust is very tiny pieces of dirt or other matter.
In the old house, the dust was thick on the floor and chairs.
Excitement. Excitement means to feel a lot of happiness about something.
Did you see the excitement in her when the team scored?
Heal. To heal means to make a part of the body healthy again after injury.
After my broken arm heals, I can play baseball again.
Inherit. To inherit is to get something from someone who has died.
She inherited her mother's gold earrings.
Manner. A manner is the way someone does something.
His manner of not looking at someone while speaking is a bit rude.
Mount. Something mounts when it becomes stronger over time.
His fear mounted as the monster crawled out from under his bed.
Roof. A roof is the outside top part of a building.
The roof was covered with snow.
Shortage. A shortage is a lack of something you need or want.
Since there was a shortage of food, people were hungry.
Solid. If something is solid, it is made of firm material.
The safe looked to be quite solid.
Stock. A stock is a stored amount of something.
They keep a stock of rice so they'll always have something to eat.
Substance. A substance is any specific material or mixture of materials.
Water is an important substance for all living things.
Tomb. A tomb is a grave where a dead person is buried.
Their whole family is buried inside the tomb.
Wound. A wound is an injury to the body.
He had many wounds after the car accident.
Bath. A bath is water in a tub. People take a bath to get clean.
After playing in the dirt, the boy took a bath.
Bend. To bend is to move something so it is not straight.
Lee bent over and picked up the paper on the ground.
Chew. To chew is to move your mouth to break up food.
I always chew my food carefully before swallowing it.
Disabled. When a person is disabled, they cannot do what a normal person can do.
The disabled man used a wheelchair to move around.
Fantastic. If something is fantastic, it is really good.
The student did a fantastic job on his project and got an award.
Fiction. Fiction is a story that is not true.
I enjoy reading works of fiction because they are very entertaining.
Flag. A flag is a piece of colored cloth that represents something.
Our country has a beautiful flag.
Inspect. To inspect is to look at something carefully.
The mechanic inspected our car to see if it had any problems.
Journal. A journal is a type of magazine that deals with an academic subject.
Mi-young was busy working on an article for an art journal.
Liquid. A liquid is a substance that is neither solid nor gas.
Water is the most important liquid for life.
Marvel. To marvel at something is to feel surprise and interest in it.
We marveled at her excellent piano playing.
Nutrient. A nutrient is something that a living thing needs to keep it alive.
Vegetables are full of important nutrients.
Overcome. To overcome a problem is to successfully fix it.
She overcame her shyness and spoke in front of the class.
Recall. To recall something is to remember it.
She was trying to recall what she had told her friend.
Regret. To regret something is to wish that it didn't happen.
I regret that I was mean to my sister.
Soul. A soul is a person's spirit.
Some people believe that the soul lives after the body dies.
Sufficient. When something is sufficient, you have enough of it.
After eating a sufficient amount of food, I left the table.
Surgery. Surgery is medical treatment when the doctor cuts open your body.
I needed surgery to repair my leg after the accident.
Tough. If something is tough, it is difficult.
The man passed his driving test even though it was very tough.
Tube. A tube is a pipe through which water or air passes.
The pile of tubes was going to be put in the ground.
Admit. To admit something means to say that it is true.
I had to admit that I stole his idea.
Bin. A bin is a container that holds things.
He put his trash in the bin.
Bowl. A bowl is a deep round dish that holds food or liquid.
I ate a bowl of cereal for breakfast.
Cabin. A cabin is a small house made of wood.
My grandfather owns a small cabin in the country.
Cash. Cash is money in the form of paper or coins.
I was able to save up enough cash to buy my mother a gift.
Criminal. A criminal is a person who does something against the law.
The police made sure the criminal couldn't move his hands.
Dozen. A dozen is a group of 12 things.
Mom brought home a dozen donuts for us as a treat.
Elder. An elder is a person who is older than the people around them.
Uncle Ray is my elder, so I always try to be respectful.
Facial. If something is facial, it is related to a person's face.
I could tell from his facial features that he was angry.
Fence. A fence is a structure around a house or field.
The farmer put up a fence so that no one could walk on her field.
Inspire. To inspire means to make a person want to do something.
I was inspired to write a poem after watching the sunrise.
Mere. When something is mere, it is small or not important.
We lost the game by a mere 2 points.
Neat. If something is neat, it is very clean or organized well.
My sister always keeps her bedroom very neat.
Occasion. An occasion is a time when something important happens.
Her graduation was an occasion to have a good time.
Penalty. A penalty is a punishment given when someone breaks a rule or law.
I had to pay a $100 penalty for parking in the wrong spot.
Rude. When someone is rude, they are mean and not polite.
The children at the bus stop were very rude.
Settle. To settle a problem means to end it by finding a solution.
It took 3 of our best executives all day to settle the problem.
Vehicle. A vehicle is a thing that moves people or things to another place.
A ferry is a vehicle that takes people from one island to another.
Wallet. A wallet is a thing that holds money and fits in a pocket.
I keep my money in a wallet.
Yell. To yell is to say something very loudly.
The coach yelled at his team for their poor performance.